History is filled with significant moments that have shaped the world as we know it. From revolutions and wars to groundbreaking discoveries and inventions, these events have had lasting impacts on cultures, nations, and individuals. Here are 10 trivia questions about iconic historical events that will test your knowledge and maybe even teach you something new. 1. Which event started World War I? Answer: the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. On June 28, 1914, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was assassinated by Gavrilo Princip in Sarajevo. This event triggered a series of alliances and military mobilizations, leading to the outbreak of World War I. 2. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Answer: Amelia Earhart. In 1932, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean, a remarkable feat that solidified her legacy as one of the most famous pioneers of aviation. 3. In what year did the United States declare independence from Britain? Answer: 1776. The United States declared its independence from Great Britain on July 4, 1776, with the signing of the Declaration of Independence, marking the beginning of the nation's fight for freedom. 4. Which civilization built the famous pyramids of Egypt? Answer: ancient Egyptians. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was built by the ancient Egyptians during the 4th dynasty, around 2560 BC, as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu. 5. What event marked the end of the Cold War? Answer: the fall of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall, which divided East and West Germany, fell on November 9, 1989, symbolizing the end of the Cold War and the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe. 6. Which country was the first to grant women the right to vote? Answer: New Zealand. In 1893, New Zealand became the first self-governing country in the world to grant women the right to vote, paving the way for women's suffrage movements around the globe. 7. Who is credited with discovering America in 1492? Answer: Christopher Columbus. Although indigenous peoples had inhabited the Americas for thousands of years, Christopher Columbus is credited with discovering the continent for Europeans in 1492 when he landed in the Bahamas. 8. What year did the Titanic famously sink after hitting an iceberg? Answer: 1912. The RMS Titanic sank on April 15, 1912, after hitting an iceberg during its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York. The tragedy led to significant changes in maritime safety regulations. 9. Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing the slaves in Confederate states? Answer: Abraham Lincoln. On January 1, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that all slaves in Confederate states were to be freed, marking a pivotal moment in the American Civil War and the fight against slavery. 10. What ancient wonder was located in the city of Babylon and built by King Nebuchadnezzar II? Answer: the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The Hanging Gardens, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, were said to be built by King Nebuchadnezzar II for his wife, Amytas. Though there is debate about their existence, they remain an iconic symbol of ancient engineering and architecture. History is filled with fascinating moments, and understanding the events that shape the world helps us appreciate how far we've come. From the creation of the first democratic government to space exploration, the human story is rich with triumphs and tragedies that continue to influence us today. Test your knowledge with these trivia questions, and you'll see how many pieces of history you know.